All right, ladies and gentlemen, going to be drawing Yvonne Orji, my friend, a comedian, an actress, a superstar in the diaspora, a superstar in America. All right. So pretty much what I'm looking at here is how symmetrical her face is in this picture. So I have to focus on her face shape. I draw a line in the middle to just show how I want to focus on that symmetry. I start with the most glaring thing on her face, which is pretty much her eyebrow, because when you see it, it has an arch that begins the whole photo in itself. So I focus on her nose. I do a pointed nose, and then later on I think I'll flatten it a little, because if you notice, her nose is has a line on it. Next is the lips. As you can see, that smile is so strong, it even has an upward trajectory. So I kind of focus on that. Then I cut in her chin, and now this is where the face begins to form. And then if you see her cheekbones, I have to hit it right on the mark and start to build the face. So next, I think I have to get her eyes, because she has eyes that are slightly big in the photo. So that's like where the resemblance will be. So I start to sketch that out. I can start to see the face a little. So then I focus on the haircut. When I see the haircut, I need to make sure that forehead is showing, because even in the picture, you see that forehead is significant. So I have to get that, get the hair. And then for the neck, instead of, following the picture, because it's a caricature, you can slightly elongate to the max. So I move on to my marker, which is very, very important, because here is where the likeness needs to be portrayed. So I hit the eyes just to look. I don't like to draw the eyeballs immediately, but it's a good place to start to know if I'm even getting it in the first place. So I hit the eyes, and then I get the eyeballs in there just to see the resemblance. I think for this one, because in the picture her pupils don't touch the base, so I needed to make sure I got that first. I go to the nose, and as I said before, I start to flatten it, try and get that line under that you can see. So when I've achieved that, I think up next should be the eyebrows. So for eyebrows, you have to be careful. You can do a flat marker and make it like she did what do you call it? Is it eyeshadow, or I don't even know what they call it today. Or you can make it more natural and use lines. When you use lines, it looks like the eyebrows are natural. I go on to the lips, and then as I told you, that smile, that grin has a trajectory, so I have to hit it. And there you can start to see that her face is coming in right there. And under her lips is a shadow. Now with a tilt or a tiny line and a curve, I have to hit the little shadows that you see. Those are the things that make the picture itself. And going to the ears are slightly protruding in a way, so I have to kind of get that too, as you can see. And then the simple one is just the earrings. So when I hit the earrings, there you can kind of see she's beginning to look like the picture. Alright, so once you hit that, I think up next I would address the hair. And then that haircut is very important, so I have to make sure I get it right. As you can see, the part, and then because we know it's natural hair, you have to give those curves right at the edges of the hair so it shows that wavy look. And then cheekbones, collarbones are all showing, so I have to hit that too. And then yeah, I darken the pupils. That's like my signature style for the eyes. And then yeah, that is Yvonne Orji ready to go. But what I'll be doing different today is I'm going to be coloring. I've not colored in any of my caricature videos, so this will be the first time. So what you like to do when you're coloring, the way I was taught back in 2015, is that you use the lightest tone to bring out all the highlights that you need. Pretty much everywhere that is a highlight, you're going to really go in with the lightest color. This is a skin tone peach that I'm using. And then that skin tone peach starts to build the whole caricature. So right there, I'm just building the face, building the neck with this peach. So once I'm done with that peach and I'm done doing the shoulder and the neck, I start to darken it with the next one. I've never really known this color, the name, but I just call it my second tone. So my second tone, brown, is where I start to build the face and build the look itself. So for this one, I use the side of my color because it covers way more. It covers way more when you do it like that. And then when you use the sharpest side of the color stick, that's to add more definition. That's how I do it. So the side is for surface area, while the sharpest side is to start to build depth. So as you can see, I'm building the depth, picking out the eye, showing that there's a shadow there. That cheekbone is very necessary to hit, so I add more definition there. And then, as I explained, just creating the base tone. Definition. And now we're going to switch to the darkest tone. That's just to pick up shadows. That's the main reason for the darkest tone. I'm just picking up shadows, places that are really dark. Under the neck always needs a lot of shadow. So I just go in there. I don't need any reference for that. I just go in depth. Now I add blue because right under her eyes, I don't know what they call that one. It's kind of a shadow, so I use that blue. Start to build that definition in her eyes. That's what I'm mainly doing. And then I color the pupils a dark brown. Now for the lips, you have to use, what I was taught is you keep drawing circles around the lips. You draw circles with your color, and then you go in a little more defined with the red after using pink. So I like to leave a little white so that you can see that highlights touch the face. She has a little makeup on, not too much, so I like to add that definition. And then I go back to the eyelashes. That one I use the tip of the marker and I just go out. Right? Okay, so it's looking more like her. So we're gonna go in with the fade. I'm not a barber, but I guess that's what I'm doing. Going with the fade, and then get my marker again. Okay. Build the earrings before I forget. Just build the earrings, and then I think I'm going to hit that tone again. because that definition is very important to just build a shadow of what you're doing. Giving the face more definition is very important when you're doing color caricatures, because it's what kind of brings everything to life. Very important that you do that. Focus on the shadows, because that's what really builds the face of the caricature. So I'm just going back with a little, let it look more like her, let it be more her tone. Unfortunately, I didn't have my brown. I don't know where it is. I need to buy a new brown. So she might look lighter than she really is, but we gotta keep going. Okay. So because there's a lot of shadow there, I used a dark brown to just get the part. And then I'm going to finally go in on the hair. That one is just using black and building and making sure I hit those curls while doing that. So I just keep going. And as you can see the likeness. It's more a cartoonish version, but the likeness is there. So you just keep going. Always hit your curls, especially when it's black hair and it's natural. Hit those curls, because it will leave whites in there that make it look like highlights are still touching the hair. So yes. So ladies and gentlemen, long story short, this is Yvonne Orji, and tag her, send it to her. Hope she sees it, hope she reposts. But ladies and gentlemen, Yvonne Orji.